My neighbors ask me why I'm limping down the way, and who that fella was who came by yesterday. I quickly turn my face before I start to blush, 'cause frankly there is nothing I can say. Ba-down, down, down. I've always had a thing for pushing the extremes, and I just got a thing you won't find in the magazines. This molded silicone has got me begging, please give me more of what I really need, 'cause there is no cock like horse cock. Send your asshole into shock. You need horse cock, of course cock. Grab the lube and slam the day away. My shaft is quivering and my balls are turning blue as I think of drinking in a foot or even two of my favorite stallion that I keep in my top drawer. Slip it in and I'll be dripping goo as I take more cock, horse cock. Shut the door and turn the lock. Is your cock a horse cock? You will never hear me saying nay, 'cause there is no cock like horse cock. Rub my dick inside a sock. Don't stop now, horse cock. Stretch out my insides and make me bray. My lovely horse cock, horse cock. Shoop de doop dap 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 down on a horse cock, my horse cock. Yeah, da 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 da.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Nintendo Prime Live, MP Live. I am Nathaniel Janc from Nintendo Prime, and we have a few stories, or like two news stories to talk about, and then a little bit of defending of Halo Infinite I'm going to do. And it's cool if you don't agree. Remember, everything stated by me, unless it's otherwise a report from a website or like a news article, is an opinion. And I think this is important to state, especially in a live stream where it should be obvious everything's an opinion. But when we talk about news on this channel, outside of when I bring up what the news is, everything after that are just my thoughts on everything, what I think it means, all that jazz. If you don't agree with me, it's okay. Everyone's got their own opinions out there. I like to throw opinions in with my stuff because I'm a YouTuber. I'm not a news article website anymore. I used to run one. I used to be an actual journalist, but I'm deciding that I don't really want to be like a true journalist here on YouTube. I would rather just be someone who talks about the news in addition to reporting on it. That's why we had the rumor yesterday, which was a lot of it just me kind of giving my thoughts on that supposed direct rumor. I don't know if it's legit or not. Beats me. The person that's coming from seems reliable, but at the end of the day, I don't know. I just want to have hope. And so because I want to have hope, I talked about it. But I also talked about how it's okay to be a little bit entitled as Nintendo fans right now. I gave my opinions, obviously, during the Xbox Showcase for all the stuff that happened there, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's what we do here at this channel. We discuss things in the video game industry, usually circling around Nintendo, but also other things. Hence why we'll be talking about Halo Infinite in this stream as well. But let's get into the first thing that I want to talk about. I'm going to kind of go in order with the headlines, but before I do that, I got to welcome people who are here in the chat. Right now, that's Mark Greenberg and Sonic Man the Best look like the only people chatting right now, and that's okay. That's okay. It's just, if you want more shout-outs, guys, who's ever watching, we got 11 plus people watching right now, just say something in the chat, and I'll try to shout you out as we go, or as I notice you guys. But let's get into the first bit of news. And the first thing I talked about is that G4 returns. So let me kind of get into that story here and show you guys what I mean by G4 returning. This was announced on Twitter by IGN. Because for those who don't know, IGN owns G4. They bought it out a long time ago, back when it basically shut down. They bought it out just like they bought out GameTrailers.com and stuff like that. But let me show you guys what we're working with here. So again, announced on Twitter, it says, wait, is G4 coming back? They put this little 30-second thing. There's also on the official on the official whatchamacallit, the official G4 TV Twitter account. They have a longer one that's basically the exact same video. Basically, it's just kind of a throwback to some G4 imagery, and it essentially ends here by saying G4 is coming back in 2021. For those who don't know what G4 was, you might know better the shows that were part of G4. Two shows in particular always stand out. G4 also bought out Tech TV back in the day. So there used to be two separate channels. It used to be G4 and Tech TV. G4 bought out Tech TV. And forgive me, I'm forgetting some of the shows that were on Tech TV that I used to like. But two shows have always stood out on G4. One was Attack of the Show, hosted by Kevin Pereira. And then, obviously, X-Play, which was hosted by Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb. Now, right now, we have no idea if Kevin Pereira, Adam Sessler, or Morgan Webb are involved with the reboot of G4 next year. It'll be very strange if G4 comes back and does not have the personalities that made G4 what it was, because those were the most popular shows at the end of everything. So I'm really, really hopeful it's going to happen. Adam Sessler actually put out a tweet on it. He didn't confirm or deny whether he's in it. He just basically retweeted the announcement and just said, well, this is a curious turn of events. And I don't know if that means he's teasing he's coming back next year, or if he's like legitimately surprised and no one talked to him about the fact that G4 is coming back. So I grew up obviously with G4 and Tech TV and all this jazz, and it'll be interesting to see what they do. Clearly, G4 coming back, we assume means, at least I'm assuming, maybe I'm wrong on this, that we're going to have a actual tech-related TV channel back on cable, because that's what G4 and Tech TV were. They were like tech gaming channels, and it'll be interesting to see if they come back to cable TV, streaming TV services on YouTube and Hulu, etc., or if it's just going to end up being a YouTube entity or whatever they decide to do with it. I'm not exactly sure, because it's not here yet. But G4 is coming back. It's a big announcement coming out of IGN. And maybe they wanted to make a big deal out of it because IGN has obviously had a lot of bad news hit them lately. A lot of certain managers, not the head guy, not like Pierce Snyder or whatever, who helped found IGN. But there were certain managers that did some really nasty things to certain employees and all this stuff that's been kind of, IGN's been kind of plagued with bad news pretty much ever since Philip Mewson got busted for plagiarism of Boomstick Gaming. From that point forward, it seems like there's been a treasure trove of internal drama coming out from IGN. And that's unfortunate, because I think there are still some upstanding people at IGN. I think, you got to consider that the Kind of Funny crew basically all came from IGN, and all of them seem to be really upstanding people. Pierce Snyder seems to be fairly upstanding, even though there's some bad things that happened underneath him. Well, how much aware of those things he was, we don't know at this point. Brian Altano seems fine. Obviously, Jose Otero, who now works at Nintendo, seemed really fine when he was at IGN. So I don't want to bash everyone at IGN. I just think that they've obviously had some issues internally, and hopefully they're dealing with that. We know Ubisoft and other companies have been dealing with some internal issues as well. But I don't want to focus on the negative. Let's focus on the positive. G4 is coming back, and until we see what it is, it's hard to know whether we should be really excited or if it's just the nostalgia pulling at our heartstrings and it's really going to be a crap show and shut down in a month. But yeah, G4 was bought out by IGN, Game Bomber. So they did go bankrupt, but the brand and everything associated with it was bought out by IGN. Just like IGN bought out Game Trailers as well. So welcome Kid King 123 here as well. Game Bomber 1 TV2 is here too. Game Bomber was the one who brought up the fact that G4 went Chapter 7. Kid King mentioned that he remembers Cheaters on G4. Yes, Cheaters was a show on G4 as well. So we'll see how many shows they're gonna have. Obviously, I'm really hoping that X-Play and Attack of the Show come back. Although Attack of the Show can't come back without Kevin Pereira. He made that entire show. And I can't imagine X-Play without at least Adam Sessler. Maybe they can replace Morgan Webb, but I can't imagine doing that show without Adam Sessler. He was the heartbeat of that show. Remember the Sessler soapbox back in the day. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, whether or not you guys care about G4 is obviously up to the individual. But I think it's kind of a big deal to have a video game / tech related TV channel actually be back on cable TV, because right now we don't have anything. We have some esports stuff that appears on ESPN and some stuff sometimes, but otherwise we don't have any channel. Like, as popular as video games are, and as popular as tech is. Like, you see all the popular YouTube channels, gaming YouTube channels, you see all the popular tech YouTube channels. The fact that we have nothing on cable TV to represent this when we used to, when things weren't as popular, is really surprising. So it'll be interesting to see what they do when they come back. Electronic Playground is still around on YouTube. Yeah, some people did like a YouTube transition. But yeah, we don't know yet. Additional details have not come out, whether it's going to be cable TV, whether it's going to be on demand on Netflix or something. We have no idea. We have no idea what the plans are. It's just kind of teased right now. We'll find out more as time goes on. IGN's not saying much about it beyond the teaser they gave. All right, next up, we have a really huge, massive, absolutely massive Nintendo data leak. Now, we're not talking about a data leak in terms of their servers getting hacked and us knowing a whole bunch of games that are coming, although that has happened in the past. We're talking about the kind of leaks that seem to be happening lately where entire game source codes are leaking online. Now, for those who don't know, when game dumps happen online, it doesn't usually include the entirety of the source code. It includes certain assets, certain art assets, all this stuff. But once you have the source code of a game, you can basically deconstruct the game, rebuild it, do crazy things with it, make your own games out of it. It's a really huge deal, and it's something that Nintendo and other companies don't actually like. They don't like when the source code of the games actually gets out, because the source code is often not necessarily something that you can easily unlock due to encryption on the local cartridges and all that jazz, or discs in terms of the GameCube, Wii, and Wii U. But there's been a huge data leak, and I'm going to go to reset error for this just because it originally came off of 4chan, and 4chan can be a crap show to try to navigate. So I'm going to show you guys what happened here. This leaked basically today. And 724 says, what leaked? The full development repository for Ensata official DS emulator. The full development repository for Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Full development repository for Pokemon Diamond and Pearl ending in March of 2006. Full personal development repository by Diamond and Pearl Dev. So getting really deep into Diamond and Pearl here. Full development repository for the Netcard, which is a canceled GBA peripheral, never came out. The IQ GBA stuff, full developmental repository for the Game Boy Advance BIOS. Huge deal there. Full development repository for the Game Boy Color boot ROM. Big deal there. Full master ROM database for the Famicom and NES, including ROMs. That's huge. Basically, can make every game playable, period. Master ROM of, and maybe the source code for Super Mario RPG, source code to Star Fox, source code to Star Fox 2, source code to Link's Awakening DX bug reports as well, source code to the Wild Tracks, source code to Yoshi's Island, source code to Mario Kart, source code to F-Zero, source code to The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, and then obviously the A Link to the Past dev stuff and bug reports, source code to Super Mario All-Stars, including Mario World potentially, source code to the Wii VC Game Boy emulator. Getting some deep stuff here. Some weird prototype game, Super Mario Kart prototypes, full development repository of the Wii Shop Channel server-side source code. Crazy stuff. Again, this stuff is never supposed to be public. Random test program source code, mini tape backups, several Super Mario World 2 prototypes, Super Mario Bros. 5 Yoshi's Island, e-ticket signing keys for an unknown system, and private and public keys for various arcade manufacturers. Again, this is crazy, crazy stuff. A massive leak. Just insane. This has happened. We've had a number of these leaks happening over the last year, and this is, like, I believe the biggest of them all. And so they got some stuff down here, like the donkey thing here. I think this is like the mystery game. That was in the source code. So there's that. Well, 3 minutes, 43 seconds of this. A bunch of Nintendo prototypes are apparently currently being compiled from leaked source code right now. As well, first up is Yoshi's Island prototype that has a different UI, graphic holder, placeholder music from Mario World, and a prefix of Super Mario Bros. 5. I'm going to mute the music here, but as you'll see, getting into this, there are some stark differences between this and the final product. Definitely not something we were ever supposed to see publicly. Going on to this, versions of games of Mario All-Star RPG have also been found and are being researched into right now. Just Super Mario Kart, like just crazy stuff. Down here, you're going to start seeing art assets. So this is obviously for Star Fox or Star Fox 2. So you're seeing some art assets in here. You're seeing more art assets here. for Yoshi, it looks like, or maybe Super Mario World. You got Bowser here, more Bowser assets. Apparently, this is a Donkey Kong sprite, so a different type of Donkey Kong sprite than we actually saw publicly. But this was something they obviously used at one point in the game. This here is obviously from Yoshi. Maybe this looks like Super Mario World, to be honest. I see the football guy there. So this is more art assets from this. There's more than this, etc., etc., etc. So things are just really busting down right now with this source code leaks, which basically means that there's some Nintendo servers that have gotten hacked at one point, and there's some vulnerabilities that Nintendo needs to fix. Honestly, it's all really crazy stuff. I just find this stuff interesting. I know the hacking community and others are going to go to town on this. Things happen. Nintendo needs better security with their servers. They've been getting hacked like crazy for a while now. It is what it is at this point. Stephen M is here. Welcome. Why does Nintendo keep getting their source code leaked? Their servers keep getting hacked. You're confused on the old Yoshi sprite? Yeah. When will you play Unfair Mario or Cat Mario? Never. Did you scroll up or down and the option to timeout didn't pop up? And it thinks it did? What are you talking about? Do you even time the person out? I didn't time anyone out today. What are you talking about? Oh, SSR CR was timed out? What? Why is SSR... Oh my gosh. Who is... Mark, I know you didn't mean to... Dang it. Dang it. I have to go, unban him. Hold on. What did he say? Oh, he could ask about karaoke. Hold on. Gosh, I think I have to go in the back end. Mark, I have to go in the back end to unban him, I think. I don't think I can unban him in the chat. Pretty sure you banned him. Dang it. Just because he asked about karaoke. Hold on. I got to go correct a mistake here by Mark. Where is... Oh, jeez. They changed the whole back end here, so I don't even remember how to find where people are banned. Is under settings. Oh, boy. This is wonderful. How am I gonna unban him? How to unban? I guess I'm gonna have to Google it. How to unban someone on my YouTube channel. Mouse to the upper right hand corner. Click your outer mouse down to Creator Studio. Look at the name. Okay. Let me see. This will launch your dashboard. Mouse over to the left-hand side and click on Community. It's opens up different options. Okay. There is not a community. I'm going to have to go to the old... Can I go to the old dashboard still? Hold on. Do they still have a link to the old dashboard somewhere in here? No, they don't have a link to the old dashboard. Oh, darn it. Because this is instructions for the old dashboard. That doesn't help. I guess we do 2020, maybe. Maybe someone explains how it works in the new dashboard. Okay. No, not that. Oh boy. How to unblock someone? 2020. Here we go. All right, so you gotta click on... Go to YouTube Studio, click comment. Okay, that's what I thought. I clicked comment because that's the closest thing I can find to community. Okay. From the dashboard, click the comment section, left hand to show you all of the most recent comments. How do I unban though? Oh boy. It's not helping me at all. That's fun. It's how to ban someone from the comment section. How do I unban him? Is he already back? He has been unbanned. Okay. I hope he's been unbanned. I don't know. I really really hope he's unbanned. Karaoke was good the other night, by the way. SSRCR if you're still there. Why does Nintendo keep getting their source codes leaked? I have no idea. I wonder if the unbanning works better if I'm not on the back end for some reason. It's weird. All right, let's see here. Gotta take the dog out. What's up, Sad Vasquez? How's it going, man? I looking at the chat mark. Relax. He did it on accident. Also, I've noticed YouTube has been glitchy when allowing comments on desktop. Dude, okay. It's weird when so if I'm in the Chrome web browser and I make a comment on desktop, I cannot space out my paragraphs. But if I go in any other web browser like Firefox, I can. If I go on my phone, I can space paragraphs. But Chrome on desktop, I can't. I can't put spaces between my paragraphs. It's so dumb. What's up, Flippin'? How's it going? So yeah, huge Nintendo leak. Let's get a little bit into Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite is an interesting thing here. I actually, I know, but when I click on their chat, it wouldn't let me do it. I don't know. The YouTube Studio backend's different than what you have access to, Mark. I should have more options, and I feel like I have less, but when I click on the stream, I have more. It's weird. Anyways, that's a complaint to YouTube about how their backend streaming because they changed. They still have access to their classic streaming studio, to be fair. But so Halo Infinite was announced during the Xbox stuff on Thursday or Tuesday or 23rd, whenever the 23rd was. Yesterday? Was it yesterday? It was yesterday. It wasn't announced, but we've seen it before. But we actually got to see some gameplay, and there's been a lot of criticism coming out. I've seen a number of threads pop up on Twitter, Reddit, other places, YouTube as well, lots of videos about how the game needs to be delayed, about how the game's not ready, why didn't we see multiplayer, they might launch the game without multiplayer. By the way, Microsoft's already come out and said, no, the game's launching with multiplayer. They're not going to launch Halo without it. So Halo Infinite's going to have it. This game's been in development for 5 years. It's going to launch with multiplayer. But I've seen a lot of complaints. The number one complaint is obviously the game doesn't look visually impressive. Which I understand. For what people expect a next-gen game to look, it doesn't look that impressive. Some of the... To point out some of the criticisms I've seen, and I can agree with this in some regards, some of the enemy... when you get up close with some of the enemies, they don't look that good. Obviously, Master Chief looks fantastic, or whoever, the main characters in this game looks fantastic, but some of the enemies, their texture work doesn't look that great. There's been some criticism about if you pay close attention, there's a couple times when some enemies drop in and they have the exact same animations coming out of the things they come out of when they're attacking you. And well, obviously that was a really well accepted thing back in the SNES, N64, even GameCube, PS2 days, Xbox days. In today's world, with the technology we have, we expect there to be so many different animations that it'd be really hard to come across two enemies doing the exact same animation at the exact same time. So that's been a criticism I saw out there. There's been one where one of the flight patterns on the ship doesn't look natural with the given gravity the rest of the world is displaying. It looks kind of like it's an on rails almost, like you're you're on rails, like you're on a roller coaster. So I've seen some of these complaints. Also, some people complain about some of the pop-in. The pop-in, to me, isn't as bad as people make it out to be, but there is pop-in, and some people are like, hey, if this thing's on an SSD, why are we even getting pop-in? Pop-in shouldn't really be a big deal, and that's a big advantage PlayStation 5 will have with their faster SSDs. There'll be hardly any pop-in. Here's the number one thing I want to bring up when talking about anything Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite's an Xbox One game, guys. It's launching with the Series X, but it's an Xbox One game. It's like Breath of the Wild launched with Switch, but it's a Wii U game. We still haven't had a brand new Zelda game that's actually a Switch game on Switch. We have had a remaster of Link's Awakening, or reimagining, or whatever you want to call it, with the whole visual update, and then we had Breath of the Wild, which ended up being a cross-gen game. That's what we call them now when they launch on both, a cross-gen, but it was really a Wii U game ported to Switch. And granted, Switch isn't such a huge leap over Wii U that it looked bad visually at the time, and especially since it got to go handheld, people were more impressed with it. But the point is, that Halo Infinite is a game that was originally being built before the Xbox One X even existed. Remember the Xbox One X? The 6 teraflop beast of a most powerful console on the market currently right now that isn't, that's been discontinued. This game was in development before that even existed. Halo Infinite has been in development a hell of a long time for the OG Xbox One. So it was never going to be a visually impressive game. Ever. Not on the Xbox Series X. Yes, it does run in 4K. Why does it run in 4K? It runs in 4K because it's a game built for Xbox One. If the game was built from the ground up for the Xbox Series X, it would not run in 4K. Because they would be pushing the visual fidelity to a certain point that it probably couldn't go beyond 1080p, maybe 1440p at best. But it's just, it's such a difficult thing to think about when we're talking about Halo Infinite. Is it's being compared to what people expect from the Series X versus what Halo Infinite is. It's an Xbox One game that took so long to make, it got pushed to Series X. That's what happened. It took so long to make this game, it became a launch game for Series X. So what matters most to me when I'm watching that Halo Infinite footage is it's just the first year. Game Bomber 1 TV2, it's just the first year. They're doing crossplay for 1 year. It was originally 2 years. They cut it back to 1 officially, according to Phil Spencer. And so after holiday 2021, we should start seeing games that are PC and Xbox Series X/S or whatever the other system is exclusive. So you'll see Microsoft pushing more at that point. But the point is, the game wasn't going to be visually impressive. That's not what I was looking for at Halo. Did I think it looked okay? I thought it looked pretty. I think at 4K 60 in the video that Microsoft put up, and they've actually put up a second look at the game since then. It looks even better. So what we saw on the stream obviously didn't look the greatest. The 4K 60 footage looks pretty good. The other footage they put out there also looks pretty decent, even a little bit better. But it's all going to be about the vertical slices of the game and all that jazz that you get. Obviously, I think Aaron Greenberg put out there that, hey, look, the game is still in development. You're not going to be able to change the art style and all that while it's still in development. Maybe you fix the on-rails thing. Maybe you fix some of the pop-in, but you're not going to fix like the actual textures in the game from now to launch. Like what we saw is what you get. And my thing is, the biggest takeaway I had watching it is, damn, did it run silky smooth? Because Halo hasn't always ran silky smooth in the campaign. And this footage, which was admittedly ran on a high-end PC, ran silky frickin' smooth. The hook shot looked frickin' amazing. Like such a great addition to this game. Like I was worried they were going to go jetpack and all that. They went hook shot. I think that, or grappling hook, whatever you want to call it. I call it hook shot because it's Zelda, but grappling hook, whatever you want to call it. Utterly fantastic addition to the game, and it's going to make multiplayer even crazier. And I think maybe some of the frustration in what we've seen with this is that we only saw a panned demo of the campaign. The people are like, oh, this isn't going to be as open world as... It's a demo. It literally, at the very beginning, it wasn't a standard trailer. It was a demo. They went into it, and remember the very first splash screen we see for Halo Infinite? It said, hey, press that little 3-line button to start the demo. It was a demo that they're probably going to end up releasing publicly. And that demo is going to be restricted. You're not going to be able to access the full game. So for the people being like, oh, it's not going to be open world like they said it is. Again, it's a demo. The Breath of the Wild demo, which was completely open world for what they gave you, still didn't open up the entire world to you because it's a demo. So that's a big thing people got to remember is demos don't necessarily represent final product in terms of how the game's going to actually play. Maybe it is the beginning area of the game. Maybe it's a little starting teaching area, teaching you how everything works in the game, and that happens. Zelda has that little beginning area in Breath of the Wild, but would you call it not an open world game because you can't leave that beginning area until you complete all the shrines? I don't think people would suddenly say Breath of the Wild is not an open world game because of that, because they have a tutorial section. So I think we need to hold off on the opinions on the game itself, like the quality of how the single player is going to work. You can complain about the graphics and all that all you want, but maybe this is because I'm a Nintendo guy. Graphics to me don't make a game. And I don't think I've ever looked at Halo as like a defining, like even back on the OG Xbox with Halo 1 and 2, like I didn't view those games as like defining visually. They've never been the visual stunners like a Call of Duty has been. They've never been the visual stunners like what Sony puts out there with Uncharted and stuff like that. Like, they've never been visually stunning games. What Halo is known for isn't being a looker. It's known for being frenetic, fun, and at least in the early games, like the original trilogy, a really good campaign story. Now, it hasn't been really good since the trilogy. They are promising they put a lot of time into the campaign this time, so here's hoping that that's true and that the story ends up being really good and all the gameplay associated looks really good. But like the gameplay we saw, the gunplay looked really good, and that's the kind of gunplay you're going to see in multiplayer, except with real players. So I know it's frustrating because we didn't see multiplayer, and I think if they would have started with the campaign and then like halfway through the show threw out the multiplayer, I think people would be less and less critical of what's happening with Halo Infinite. Right now, people are like, oh, we're not going to get multiplayer because at launch because they didn't do it. Oh, the game's going to be broken and they're going to patch it later. Nothing in the demo looked broken. You just didn't like how it looked visually. That's basically like people are just bitching about the visuals. But nothing looked broken. So why do we think the game's going to be broken at launch, a game that's been in development for 5 years? I think we need to reserve judgment till we see a hell of a lot more of the game. It's fine if you're disappointed with the visuals, but visuals don't make a game. I hate putting that out there. I don't remember a single person that's ever bought Halo because it's the prettiest game in the market. Halo 1, 2, 3, 4, none of the games were the prettiest games on the market. So why are we like bitching because this is their go-to launch game and it doesn't look like the greatest thing since sliced bread? Guess what? Breath of the Wild couldn't even hit 30 freaking FPS on Switch at launch. Like, why? Like, we shouldn't be this judgmental of a video game that, one, we can't play yet, two, is still in development, and three, a lot of the criticism coming out of people bitching about the multiplayer, we haven't even seen it. So what are you bitching about? I think Halo Infinite's going to be fine. Maybe it ends up being a flop, but Halo Infinite was never going to be a visually stunning game. It's Xbox One. It's an Xbox One game that's going to have 4K assets and 60 FPS on their new system. So, yeah, that's all I really got for the Halo stuff. I think it's ridiculous. So, like, it's fine to be critical. I'm obviously a critical person with video games, but like, people are acting like this game needs to be delayed and then it's gutter trash. And the people that are acting this way are Xbox fans. Stupid. It's just stupid. Let's see here. What do people complain about in real life not looking better than 2019? Let me see here. But Sony had better games in their showcase. Again, that's all going to be subjective opinions. I think both had a lot of really good games in their showcase. Sony had more visually impressive games in their showcase, but Sony's also not going cross-gen for like the first couple of years. At least they claim they're not. We'll see what actually happens. I mean, it's hard to leave 100 million consumers behind day one, especially if you're strapped on being able to make enough PlayStation 5s to meet demand. Let's see here. Xbox dropped an additional minute trailer that had the newer update. What was shown on stream was an old version, and the Xbox and in Xbox One because of stream compression and gameplay. So what they showed in the it was confirmed what they played in their pre-done show was ran on a high-end PC. But they did confirm that it did not have the latest update applied to it because when they made the show, they didn't swap out the footage on the show. They released an additional minute trailer, you're right, after that looks a lot better where they has improved textures and stuff. I've seen it. In fact, let me see if I can find it for you guys quick. It's not that long. Let's see. I think I saw it on Reset Era, but let me see if it's still here. No, not that. Let's see here. No, I think the thread must have got locked. Hey, we got a $5 make you a holler super chat pop in here that came from, Let's see, Legendary Link saying, yo, what's up? My only console at the moment is a Nintendo Switch, and not knowing what they have coming for the holidays is frustrating for me. Thank you so much. That's our first super chat of the day. That's a UV Apple shot there for the $5 slot. Reminder that over here we have a little shot chart if you guys want to super chat or donate. We have a PayPal donation link as well in the description, or you can do Venmo. But if you do Venmo, you got to let me know because that won't pop up on the stream. Thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you, Legendary Link. You are truly a legend. Nintendo Switch is awesome. It is frustrating not knowing what's coming up, and I think you have a right to be frustrated. We know about Bravely Default 2 and all that stuff coming this year. I guess that's the next Nintendo published game, but we have no I don't consider Bravely Default 2 a true Nintendo game. Maybe that sounds terrible that I don't think it's a true Nintendo game, but it's made by Square Enix, so it's like saying to me like Mario plus Rabbids is a true Nintendo game. Like, it is an exclusive, but Nintendo didn't make that game. Does that make sense? Cheers, Legendary Link. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Woo. Let's see here. So welcome Jamie on forever here as well. Christian Cox, welcome to the stream. Says, so the actual reason Halo Infinite looks bad is because they didn't have the textures for everything in. And these days, if they aren't there, it does not look good. I talked with the rest of my devs. That was the conclusion. They didn't even bake the lighting. Let's see here. Flipping, why don't Xbox make games exclusive to their console? So a comment on that front. One, Xbox games, like if you're worried about Xbox games going to PC, that's normal, or it should be normal for Microsoft. They're a PC company. They basically own the PC market. Windows is way the hell bigger deal than Linux, which is they're a bigger deal than Mac. Obviously, Apple machines are a completely separate category at this point. So their games going to PC makes sense. There's no reason a Microsoft-made game should not be on a Microsoft platform, which is PC. They were first a PC company, then a game console company. So that's one reason why they technically can't be exclusive. Now, if you're wondering why, for the first year, they're bringing all of their exclusive games, I'm going to air quote that, to the OG Xbox One and Xbox One X, it's because of Game Pass. And they have 10 million subscribers to Game Pass right now on the original Xbox. And they don't know when those subscribers might upgrade to the Xbox One X or the Xbox One S or whatever they end up calling it. So they don't know when those subscribers are going to upgrade. So they don't want to lose that base because the whole value in Game Pass is that you get all of the new games. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to give everyone who's a current Game Pass subscriber, that 10 million subscriber base, they're trying to give them a year to get the year to save up and upgrade. Because we don't even know the price of the Xbox One X. Plus, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Been in a financial crisis for a while. So they want to give current Xbox Game Pass subscribers the game still and give them time to upgrade to the next system. So that's why. It's about Game Pass because Game Pass is their future. Their breadwinner. It's actually one of the greatest deals in gaming, to be completely honest, especially now that Microsoft is pumping out game after game after game. Like they're starting to actually have a nice library of semi-exclusive, at least exclusive to Microsoft platform games. Like they're pumping them out, and with them pumping them out now, almost at the same rate Sony does, it's kind of at that point where Game Pass is a freaking no-brainer, and they're adding non-Microsoft games to Game Pass too, third-party games to Game Pass. So yeah, like it's all about Game Pass, and they want to give they don't want to screw over current Game Pass people who might struggle to get an Xbox Series X at launch. So they're trying not to alienate the fan base that they just started building over the last couple of years. Because remember, Game Pass is a relatively new thing for them. They haven't been doing it that long, but they do view it as the future of the company for a way to deliver games. Instead of people going to stores and picking them up, you just have Game Pass and you get the game for free. You pay for Game Pass, but it's a subscription service, and then you get the game day one. Let's see here. Halo Battle Royale? I have no idea. And also a lot of PlayStation exclusive games keep heading to PC too. I don't know if people have noticed that. A lot of Sony exclusive games, not all of them, not even close to all of them, but some of them have been heading to PC. And I think that's going to be happening more and more frequently. Thoughts on Zion being added to the cover of NBA 2K? It's an alternative cover that he's added to. But I don't like it. I understand if you're a Pelicans fan, that's a pretty exciting thing. Zion's played 8 games. He doesn't deserve to be on the cover. He has done nothing to deserve to be on the cover of NBA 2K besides be hyped. He hasn't had the time to live up to that hype. Heck, he's not even in the NBA bubble right now and might not play at all to give his team a chance to go to the playoffs. I don't think Zion deserves to be on the cover. The reason he's on the cover is the media narrative trying to make him the next LeBron James. They're trying really hard to make who so far has been an injury-prone player the next LeBron James. I think he is really great when he's on the court. He's just barely been on the court. I think it's an insult to Ja Morant, who clearly is the Rookie of the Year. I think it's a massive insult that the actual Rookie of the Year won't be on as an alternative cover, but Zion Williamson will, who basically touched a basketball for 2 weeks. I think it's stupid. There are so many more deserving players that should be on those covers versus a guy who has barely touched a basketball this last season. It's literally there because of a media narrative of trying to make him the next LeBron James. And so far, he hasn't lived up to it because he hasn't been on the court. And when he's been on the court, he's been pretty good. But he hasn't been all world. He's just been pretty good. You could argue that Brandon Ingram on the Pelicans is better than Zion right now. So I don't think that he should even be sniffing a cover right now until he actually plays a full season and proves that he is everything that he's hyped up to be. Doesn't mean that I hate Zion. It's not his fault. If I were him, and he's got a hell of an agent to get him on that cover. I don't think he earned it. I think he's just being handed it because he's got a really good agent and the media wants him to be the next LeBron James. We have a $2 super chat in from Legendary Link, just with a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Got that next shot for you here. I got the next shot for you. Cheers, man. Thank you so much for that. This is one of those orange hard sodas. Cheers. Whew. Thank you so much, Legendary Link, for that $2 super chat support. I appreciate it. Let's see here. By the way, get your questions in, guys. Ping me in the chat. Ping Nintendo Prime in the chat. Ask your questions. If you want your questions to jump to the top of the pile, that's what the super chats, the donations, all that jazz is for. Doing that stuff jumps it to the top. Also, it shows support to the channel and what I do here. Your guys' support is actually way more important than what I make on my individual videos. For those who don't know, an average video that I upload makes less than $3. So it might take me 2.5 hours to make a video. I make $3. You average that out. What is that? Out of 2 to 3 hours? I mean, God, $1 an hour. It doesn't pay to be a YouTuber. But it can pay, of course, for some people. But I don't really make that much. Most of my bread and butter comes from your guys' support through patreon.com/Nintendo Prime or through all those super chats you guys keep dropping my way. The number one way that I'm supported right now this entire month so far. You guys have been killing it with the super chats. So thank you guys so much for all of the support, especially in the middle of this pandemic when I know a lot of you guys, like me, are struggling. But let's get it done here. Let me see here. Jamie on Forever. Red Chaos 173 is here too, by the way. Welcome. It says, sad, but truthfully, people need to stop complaining. Certain games like SMT5, Halo Infinite, or any other games, just be grateful. That's why I don't see myself as an entitled gamer, just a gamer. Cool. I understand that, Red Chaos. Jamie on Forever says, why did Microsoft put Dungeon Quest announcement? You mean Dragon Quest announcement? On the pre-show with the low-energy Jeff Keighley instead of main show, while Tetris' 50th port got the same on the main show. I think, because Microsoft worked with Jeff Keighley for that pre-show, I think they just wanted to throw Jeff Keighley a couple bones. There is some concern about the Dragon Quest Definitive Edition port coming to Xbox. First off, PlayStation 4 is not getting it, so some PlayStation fans are upset about that. But the game is literally a Switch port. At least what we've seen so far, it's literally a Switch port, which means it's actually a graphical downgrade from Dragon Quest XI that's already on Xbox One. So it's technically a graphical downgrade. So some people are actually upset about that. But they wanted to throw Jeff Keighley a bone. I think the biggest announcement was probably that new IP announced at the end. Granted, that new IP is going to come to Sony. It's going to come to Switch as well. So that actually ended up being a cool Switch announcement too. But I think that was probably the biggest deal, and that's why Jeff Keighley saved it for the end. I know it's like the weirdest looking game he showed, but it's also a game that looks extremely great, and it looks like another nice action 3D platformer with a cool costume concept. So that's going to be fun. But yeah, he wanted, like, Jeff Keighley's a big deal in the industry, whether you like the guy or not. He's got a lot of connections. The Game Awards is one of the most, well, it will be the most watched gaming show this year, will be the Game Awards. And Microsoft wanted to throw him a couple bones to give people a reason to watch his pre-show. So, just like Aaron Greenberg, I think, was on their post-show as well. Like, they're just trying to throw a few bones to Jeff Keighley, because Jeff Keighley is going to control what if any games Microsoft shows off immediately after the Xbox Series X launches this December. Like, the Xbox Series X will be launching in November. The Game Awards show will probably be an online show happening in December, and literally Jeff Keighley controls what Microsoft games end up in that show. Like, he could literally shut Microsoft down. So Microsoft's going to play nice with him because, hey, Jeff Keighley is basically a marketing arm for the entire industry right now. So a lot of companies are going to play really nice with him. It's weird, though, because, like, this summer with the Summer's Games Fest, we haven't had any Nintendo games involved in any of it. Of course, we haven't had any Nintendo games announced. So, let's see here. Scrolling on down here. It would be epic having Game Pass or xCloud on either Nintendo or Sony consoles, but I understand why they would decline Microsoft's offer. I get it, too. Let's see here. Legendary Link, welcome to the stream too. In case I forgot to say welcome. SSRCR 85, welcome back to the stream. Sorry about that accidental ban thing that Mark did. He didn't actually mean to ban you. It was that misclick. What I worry about is places like Amazon not shipping them on time, even for Prime shipping. They have not been doing that and charging me for Prime, and then I don't even get it. Well, right now Amazon Prime's not on time because they're having a lot of the pandemic's hitting them too. So. Amazon, everyone's being hit. Like, anything I get shipped to my house takes like an extra week over what it used to take. So, I don't know. Unless you're using Amazon Prime Video and stuff, there's a reason to be subscribed to Amazon Prime right now. Oh, I mean, you do save on shipping technically, because when you're not an Amazon Prime member, you get charged for shipping, and it's still going to take extra time. And the shipping charges, if you buy a lot of stuff on Amazon, ends up adding up to way more than just paying for Amazon Prime. But that's just part of the struggle in the United States, especially. I think some other countries, it's a lot better, who aren't struggling as much with the pandemic. But the U.S. is obviously not handling the pandemic very well, one way or the other. Let's see here. Nintendo Prime, he's played 30 games. 30. Okay, so he's played 30 games. Let me actually check Zion Williamson. Because it feels like he basically hardly played, but I could be wrong. You are you are obviously a Pelican fan, so you would know. So I believe you. He has not played 30 games. You are dead wrong. Holy crud, are you dead wrong? He's played 19. The guy's played 19 games. He's played 19 freaking games. I'm sorry. Not even half a season. Heck, 19 out of 65. Let's do the percentages. Let me grab my phone instead of doing it on my quicker access on my phone here. Calculator. So we got dude. The guy's played 29% of the games this year. That's nothing. He does not deserve to be on the cover. I'm sorry. You can't play 19. The guy's literally, we're not talking about just 19 games a season. He's played 19 games total in his entire history as an NBA player right now. 19 games. Sure, he's averaging almost 24 points. So, why is that worthy of being on the cover, man? Like J.A. Morant. How many games has that guy played? Or Ja Morant. I don't know. I always say J.A., but just look at sorry, I got to type in stats. I forget there's another Ja Morant that's not an NBA player. So I got to make sure I look up his basketball. I mean, here's Ja Morant, played 59 games, right? Like, the guy's played 19 games. I'm sorry, that's not cover worthy when you only play 19 games. I don't care if he blew up for 50 points a game in those 19 games. I'm sorry, it's 19 games. For all I know, you're going to be injured and out for the entire next season. Now he might not even be playing to get his team into the playoffs. Like, now he's not showing up. Like, the whole reason the NBA, supposedly expanded it to 22 teams to try to figure out, let some other teams have a shot to get in the playoffs was so Zion Williamson could be involved. And then he might not even be involved. Like, it's just, no. I'm sorry. 19 games is not cover of NBA 2K worthy. I'm just sorry. It's just not. It's fine. He's your boy. I mean, it's like Giannis is my boy. He's your boy. But, like, Chris Middleton deserves it more than he does. And he's, like, not even anyone that's probably ever going to be considered for a cover of a 2K game. Like, Zion Williamson has done nothing to earn it, except be hyped by the media. Literally, he has not earned it on the court. Let's see here. I'm still getting a Series X, even though I got an Xbox One X. I wish Nintendo would get switched back in stores because I want one as well. Switch should be back in stores, I believe, in August here. So. What do you think is going on with Breath of the Wild 2? It seems so hush-hush, says Christian Cox. Welcome to the stream, Christian. I don't think there's anything going on. I think development's probably going fine with it. I'm not that worried about it. This is what they do every time they announce Zelda games. They kind of go mum on it for a while. But when they do bring it up again, we're going to get a blowout. So I think it still could happen this holiday. Obviously, the longer we go without any word, it sounds more and more like 2021. But I think everything's going fine with it. I think obviously it's being affected by the pandemic like every other Nintendo game. But I think it's fine. I think this is their MO. They announce a Zelda game and they don't talk about it for a year or two. Like, that's what Nintendo does. They did it with the original Breath of the Wild. Except they did bring it up at the Game Awards, but then literally the next announcement we got is, it's being delayed, and then we didn't hear about it for over a year. So I'm not too worried about what's happening with Breath of the Wild 2. It's a game that at least it feels like we saw what looked like could be in-game footage, just because it looked like Breath of the Wild footage. What would be cool if Nintendo came out and said, look, from now on, you will be able to upgrade your Switch specs without buying a whole new company. You mean a whole new system? Bring in your system to your local Nintendo store, and we will discount you. Oh, yeah, there's those, GameStop has done that. There's actually been, Nintendo has partnered with GameStop specifically in the past for trade-in deals on old systems to buy new systems. Like, give you extra credit toward new systems. And people are always like, that's GameStop. I'm like, nah, actually, if you read the fine print, Nintendo partnered with them to make that happen. So companies do that already. It seems to be only with GameStop for some reason. But, yeah. Red Chaos says, just out of curiosity, what is your take on how the Direct will have a mini series? I don't know if it's specific to partner showcase or maybe first party. They kind of inferred to be more showcases, but they didn't necessarily say be partner showcases. So it could be first party. I feel like one of them has to be first party, but we'll see. We'll see. The rumor says one of them is going to be first party, but we'll see. Flippin says, do you think Nintendo would bring their games to PC? Why or why not? No, because Nintendo has no vested interest in the PC market. They believe their exclusives are why you buy a system. Bringing it to PC, they feel like cheapens the reason to buy their platforms. So they won't do it. Makes sense for Microsoft because literally they own the PC market. So that should be there. Why Sony's been doing it? Sony does it with some games, but not nearly all of them. Like most of the major games Sony has, they don't bring to PC. So yeah, it doesn't make sense from a company perspective to do it. Makes sense for, a gamer perspective because we want games on as many platforms as possible. But Dragon Quest Definitive Edition is on both on Square's site. Oh, it's on both. Okay, Balan Wonderland. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, dude. The people making Balan Wonderland is exciting shit. Mark Rubin says, I think he might have been supposed to play 30 games. That might have been. Yeah. I think if the season would have finished, Mark, I think because Ion was healthy as far as we're aware. So he probably would have finished the season out, and I think that would have been about 30 games, but he didn't. He only played 19, and he's on the cover. I can't go with what could have happened. Have to go with what did happen. Guy played 19 games, and he's on the cover of NBA 2K. I'm sorry, 19 games in his whole career. I'll pass on that. But it's cool. I'm happy for you, man. When I get NBA 2K, it won't be the version with Zion on the cover, but it's cool. Like, I already got my Giannis one back here. Let me grab it quick. I got my NBA 2K19 Xbox One edition right here. Got it right here. My Giannis copy. Obviously, the only thing that sucks about Giannis being on the cover of this, which was really cool because it was the first year he won MVP, so that's like really cool. And I want to get him to sign this copy. What's interesting about it is now that he's been on the cover, is he going to be on the cover again until he's considered a legend? Like, now that he's been on the cover, he's not going to be on the cover again for a hell of a long time. You know what would be really cool if they like featured a whole team on the cover? I think that would be neat. I wonder if NBA 2K has ever, or 2K has ever considered that. Like, hey, let's do like a whole team feature, like a starting five feature. Like the team that wins the championship, like do a starting five feature or something. I think that'd be cool. I agree with you until you say Ja Morant deserves over Zion. Zion hasn't played enough to be on cover, but I would still take him over Ja. I would have liked to see LeBron get it. LeBron's been on the cover several times. Like, I think twice now as a legend, and then earlier. But like the point I'm saying is the reason I brought up Ja Morant is that Ja Morant's going to be Rookie of the Year. Like, hands down, he's going to be Rookie of the Year. So like to put a different rookie on the cover when he didn't even win Rookie of the Year, it's like a slap in the face to Ja Morant, to be honest. It's like, hey, you were the best rookie this season, but we're going to put this other guy who only played 19 games on the cover. Like, okay. Like, if you're going to put someone on the cover, you put the Rookie of the Year on the cover. People are bashing Halo Infinite with the gameplay. I thought the gameplay looked just great. Jinchurky 89, welcome to the stream. I thought the gameplay looked great. Neil Agosto, welcome to the stream. Says, what up, Nate? Just wanted to listen and chill and say, what up? Waiting for Crossfire at 6. Nice. Did I already talk about G4 returning? Yes, I did. Legendary Link. Can't wait to get Ghost of Tsushima. Dang, autocorrect. It's all right. It's all right. I know what you meant. And by the way, Ghost of Tsushima is now the fastest selling PlayStation 4 exclusive game of all time. It is literally the fastest selling of all time. So, congratulations to that game. I haven't played it, but I've seen some other people play it. Looks really good. Looks like a really good game. Just like all the Sony exclusives always look like really good games. Jamie Out Forever says, you think GameStop can be saved with the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 launch, or they make it to launch, especially since they're closing stores and keeping pre-order money? They are... They're not going to be closed. But GameStop had more money in the bank than people realize. They're not going to be going away for like a decade. Whether or not they can turn it around in the next decade, I don't know. But they're going to try. Downsizing is the first step. They have way too many stores. Way too many. But we'll see what happens. Physical games are still a thing, but they got to kind of transform. They need to find a way to become more like a mom and pop stop where people come in and they pay to like, use PCs and play multiplayer games and do esports tournaments. Like, they need to find a way to kind of transform their business model from being just about selling games. Because it's going to be hard to survive in a market where it's just about selling games as the market goes more and more digital, more Game Pass, etc. What games am I getting with the PlayStation 5? I have no idea. The thing is, with how expensive these systems are, and I plan to get them at launch, I might not have a game with either of them at launch. Then again, Xbox Series X, I'll probably get Game Pass, so then I'll have all the games, all the quote unquote exclusives, anyways. I don't know. I'm not sure what game I'm going to get at launch with PlayStation 5 because I'm not sure. I got to pay off the systems first. I have to get my pre-orders locked in, and then I got to pay off the systems. Once they're paid off, then I can look at what launch game do I want to get, because it's probably only going to be one. Unless I start getting connections with Sony and they start sending me review copies, I'll probably only get one game. So I'm not sure what game yet. I got to see what the finalized launch lineup is first. Because I think, I'm going to get Madden for sure. But Madden, I'll probably end up getting on the Xbox Series X, unless it happens to look better on PlayStation 5. Whatever system Madden looks better on is the system I'm going to pick it up for. So, let's see here. I hope my Lakers take it. Good luck, Sab Vasquez. They obviously have a shot. I obviously hope my Bucks make it, but it's all, everyone's fans of their own teams. What console, if any, will you buy at launch? I want them both. I want Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 at launch. A lot of it's going to depend on when the pre-orders go up locally and then how quickly I can get my pre-order in before they're sold out. and hopefully I have the money. Because usually you got to put down. I usually go to GameStop for it because my local Walmart doesn't really take pre-orders, so you gotta show up at launch and pray you get one. So I'm hoping that my local GameStop opens pre-orders, which I think they're opening once the price is announced, I think is what the manager told me. Usually you have to put $50 to $100 down. So assuming I have the money at the time to put down, I'm going to get pre-orders in and get them both day one. I'd like to, because once I get the pre-order in at GameStop, what's cool is I can pay off the systems over time up until launch. I can just stop in here and throw $20 down. Like, oh, I got a spare 20 on this paycheck. Let me toss it at one of the systems. I'll probably focus on paying off one of the, whichever system's launching first. Maybe they launch on the same day. That would be nuts if they launch on the same day, but could happen. Did you see my version of FIFA 22 on Discord? EA did a bad job, so I purposely did. That's horrible. Yeah, dude, I didn't see your version, but I saw. You guys see like the FIFA 21 cover? Oh my god, it's like MS Paint level of terrible bad. Like EA is phoning it in. Like I thought they were already phoning it in. EA is really phoning it in. They like aren't paying anyone in the art department anymore, so they just grab Joe Schmo off the street and said, "Make a cover for FIFA." Fastest selling PS4 exclusive isn't that big of a deal. None has sold over 5 million. Let me actually check that. PS5 best, or PS4 best. The fastest selling was at 2.8 million at the same point, so it's ahead of that. But let me see. Fastest selling PS4 best sellers. PS4 best selling games. Let's see what the list says. Obviously, it's going to be a lot of third party. This list isn't fully up to date. This is off of Wikipedia, so it's not fully up to date at all. But like, dude, Uncharted 4 sold 16 million. So it's not just Spider-Man. Spider-Man's up there too. It says 13 here, but I think it's actually at 16 or 17. So Uncharted 4 is an exclusive, and that's way the hell up there. God of War sold 10 million, dude. Last of Us Remastered on the platform sold 10 million. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. None of them sell over 5. I've seen a ton of them over time. Horizon Zero Dawn, 10 million. Gran Turismo, 8 million. Last of Us Part 2 is at 4 million. But that game recently came out. So Persona 5, 3.2 million. Detroit Become Human, 3.2 million. They have like a handful of games that have sold like 10 plus million. Dude, what are you talking about, Mark? Sony games sell big, man. They do Nintendo numbers, man. Google shows GameStop has 6.466 billion USD. Yeah, like they have money. GameStop has money. They're gonna be around for a while. Like the whole GameStop's doomed. They're gonna close in 2020. Like, dude, they got money. They got bank. It's just, can they fix themselves in the next decade before the bank runs out? I don't know. Nintendo fix themselves. Can GameStop fix themselves? Am I thinking PS5 disc or digital? I'd see pricing. I prefer disc, but I mean, I'll go digital. It's going to really depend on pricing. Is it a $100 difference? Is it a $150 difference? Is it only a $50 difference? Going to have to see pricing. Pricing is going to be a big deal for me. If you only pick one, which one would it be? Whichever one Madden looks better on, because I know for sure I'm going to be playing Madden because that game does not come to Switch. Bucks all the way. Lakers are led by Flopper James. Jeez. The new Madden is literally nothing new. The only difference between franchise mode from last year is they made it blue, just blue. Hey, I don't care. I'm still going to play the hell out of it. Make a white background with black text that says FIFA 22. That's okay. Put that out there. Will you get the all digital PlayStation 5 $100 cheaper? I might consider Xbox Lockhart. If Xbox Lockhart is there at launch, the cheaper version, I'm not considering that at launch, but I do want to get my hands on it just to do some differences or see differences myself. And the thing is, eventually I'll probably end up giving that system away, the Lockhart system, if I bought one, because I'm going to basically play everything on the Series X anyways. But I still kind of want to check it out and maybe do a comparison. But by the time I do the comparison, everyone will be compared. So I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be worth me picking it up for the channel. I feel like as a gaming channel, there's a value to having like that system because it is lower spec. But I mean, let's be honest, I'm still gonna play all the games on Series X. So I don't really know. I don't really know why I would buy it. I mean, if I could get it at launch, great. But I probably can't afford it at launch. I mean, it's probably already going to be $1,000 just to have a PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X in my house, without even considering games or extra controllers or anything. I'm actually looking forward to the PlayStation 5 controller, by the way. I hate the DualShock controllers, but the PlayStation 5 one finally looks like one that would fit my hand and not cramp me. So I'm looking forward to that controller. What's up, Eric Wolf? I get the clapping going. I think that might have been in the U.S. Not sure, though. I read it somewhere. Also, where I read could have been incorrect. Yeah, I mean, the wiki one is like total sales, worldwide sales. It's not fully up to date because I know the Spider-Man numbers are a little higher than that. But yeah, they're exclusive, sell big time worldwide. I mean, under 5 million in the U.S. Who cares? The U.S. isn't the only market, man. Just tuning in. Another Nintendo leak. Yeah, but a bunch of games leaked. Like, not like new Switch games. We're talking like full old game leaks, like NES, SNES, emulators that Nintendo uses officially, etc. Popping static. Jamona Forever. I'm hoping Microsoft Fortress limited edition system for launch. Does a Fortress. Cool. Why not? We all know Sony and Microsoft love doing those limited edition systems. Nintendo does a few of them, but not nearly as much as Microsoft and Sony do. I finally caught up to the chat. Took me a little bit, but I finally caught up to the chat. And you know what? You know what, chat? A little disappointed today. I've only done 2 shots today. It's okay. It's okay. I'm about to fix that. Ocarina of Time did not leak. No. Trust me, I would have been all over that like white on rice if Ocarina of Time leaked. Hey, thank you, Nintendo Prime. Thank you, Nintendo Prime. Cheers, Nintendo Prime. Thanks for the support. Phone is also dying. No, don't let your phone die. Don't let your phone die. Be a man. You must be swift as a coursing river, with all the strength of a great typhoon. Hey! It would be great to see a Miles Morales PlayStation 5 and a Halo Xbox Series X, and Nintendo releases a Breath of the Wild 2 special. Oh, don't even tease me like that. Don't even tease me any like that. Just don't tease me like that. God, being such a cock tease out there. Don't be doing that. I'm just kidding. Cock tease. Don't tease me. Don't tease me, bro. I getting all my messages cleared out on Facebook. What happened now that those games have leaked? Can people make mods? Yeah, they do mods. They can. There's certain games that weren't playable because some of the official emulators leaked. So there's certain games that weren't playable that on certain emulators that now with the full official emulators out there, they will now be able to decode those and make them work. So yeah, lots of goodness, I guess, for those excited about the leaks out there. Do you think Nintendo's going to do a new system or update the Switch again? They will do a new system probably in like 2 years. That's my prediction. 2022. 2022. People are like, what's he doing on his phone? Do you really want to know what I'm doing on my phone? Tap Sports Baseball. Dude, the baseball season starts today for my Brewers. So, I've kind of been a little baseball fever over here. We missed out at launch. Nintendo, we are releasing 3 new systems. One is the Nintendo Switch 2, a hybrid system, Nintendo Switch 2 Lite, and the Nintendo Switch TV. All launched the exact same day. All of them $99. Don't forget the Etch-a-Sketch edition. Etch-a-Sketch! It's the S. Isn't that Skechers? Skechers. It's the S. I wonder what other people have been, what people are making for videos today. Because I'm thinking I still want to make a video today, not just do a stream. So I'm curious what types of videos others are doing. Besides, obviously, streams or individual game videos where they play a game. Because I don't want to make a video about a story I already covered in this stream, of course. I'm not seeing much out there. I'm not seeing very much, except a trailer for the season 6 of Vikings. I got to finish season 5. That's a good show. I like that show. Bam, boom, ba-da, boom, boom. All right. Didn't see much out there for news. Not too many people making any crazy videos today. It is Friday though. Usually the news really slows down on Friday. Would you like them to keep the cards for the games in the next system? Keep the cards. Oh, you mean like cartridges? Yeah, I like cartridges. So I'm a big fan of the cartridge culture. So heck yeah, give me those cards, baby. Give me those cards and give me them now. What? Brew Crew draft picks today? Ooh, Keston Hera. Ooh, max 289 overall. Who's my current second baseman on my team? What's his max though? He's a really good second baseman. Damn. Max is 340. God. Yeah. Be a downgrade. Lame. Absolutely lame. Trade in all my inactives here. Bam. Okay. Well, we might as well improve you. Alrighty then. Capped. Oh, dang it. I got the new player now. Arg. Because I gotta upgrade the new player. Gotta upgrade the new guy. I gotta upgrade the new guy. Now you get my. What do I need here? To upgrade. Who was I just upgrading? I'm just upgrading players here. Don't mind me. Boom. And boom. Getting you close, man. Getting you close. Damn. Just sitting here playing my game. Hey, what are you doing, Nate? Pay attention to me. Was honestly hoping we see games on NVMe cards for both Sony and Microsoft. Oh well, still get. Oh, dude, that'd be so expensive. Do you think Switch 2 will be backwards compatible? Yes, completely backwards compatible. Need to do a Zelda ranking. That'll be controversial. Oh boy, ranking every single Zelda game. The definitive ranking of all Zelda games in one video, including the Tingle games. Heck, why not throw in the CDI Zelda games as well? You might be surprised where I rank those. Oh, that's great. There's so many games that like I wouldn't even really give a reason. I'm like, there are my rankings. Here you go. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7. Oh my god, just to get through them all. Eric Wolf says, I like to see a Switch Pro and 35th anniversary Mario console. Odyssey. Only have a special box of Joy-Con colors. Already read that. Okay. I should stream Cat Mario! It's me, Mario! Give me that little Cat Mario! Later, Sonic Man. Catch you in the next one. Speaking of the next one. Speaking of the next one. Oh! Nintendo Prime Ho! Oh, you give me the $2. Cheers to myself. Alright. I think things are dying down. You guys have anything else you want to talk about quick? Or shall I get working on my next video? Whatever that video is going to be. I honestly couldn't tell you what that video is going to be about right now. Wish I could. Wish I knew. Oh, by the way, congratulations, Emily Rogers, on the newborn daughter. For those who don't know, Emily Rogers used to leak a lot of Nintendo stuff, legit as shit. But she thanked a bunch of people who have shown kindness to her family, such as Andre from Game Explain and all that stuff. So, congratulations on the birth of your newborn. Dude, that Medium game looks sick. Like, I'm sorry. I mean, maybe I'm the only one impressed by it. I don't know. But the Medium horror game going to Xbox, oh, looks so good. Hey, Jamie, I'm forever. Just subscribe to the channel. You've been in the chat for a little bit. Thank you for subscribing. Hope you're having fun. I'm sitting here looking for news. I'm like, oh, maybe the stream should end soon. So you go with Xbox if you only have one choice. I never said that. I said whichever system has better performance for Madden. It's possible the PlayStation 5 version looks better. I do not know. I'm assuming the Xbox version will look better, but I honestly don't know that. The prototype Yoshi design. Ready for some nightmare fuel? Here's your prototype Yoshi design. Ah! Ah! That was the prototype of Yoshi. Nightmare fuel. Nightmare fuel for prototype of Yoshi. Oh man. Ba-bam. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, there's just not a lot of like just gaming news in general, not just Nintendo news. There just isn't a lot of video game news today. Just people talking about the Xbox stuff, which isn't. It's just not. That's not surprising that it was the big thing from yesterday. I'm just not seeing people talking about much beyond the Xbox stuff from yesterday. I was just asking hypothetically. I have no idea. Whichever one Madden looks better on. MIO Xbox is seen for a good gen, and we're getting more JRPGs again. I agree, Jamie on forever. Oh, I have a Patreon notification. Did we get a new patron? Oh, no. There was someone else I support on Patreon put up an update. Okay. Easy Allies, for those curious. Big Easy Allies fan. Easy A. Hasn't been the same since, what's his name left, though? Kyle Bossman. Good thing I like Brendan Jones a lot, though. Just literally going through my gaming feed right now, trying to find any news that's worth anything. And I'm just not seeing any news that's worth a damn. Like, that's even worth breathing out there. It's weird to, like, go to all these gaming websites and see all this news that they put up, and, like, there's just nothing. Oh, well. I'll come up with something. You guys know me. I'll find something out there to make a video about. It's all good. I think I have an idea. I just saw something that gave me an idea of a video to make that I had something I haven't really talked about much. Might be worth a nice video. I'm thinking I might stand up for my next video. I noticed in my last video the camera kept getting a little blurry, so I changed my camera settings to target my face. I had it targeting an area before, but it seemed to get confused once I stepped back from the camera, like got further back to like right here. The camera seemed to get confused whether I was in the background or the foreground. So I'm hoping that having it target my face instead will keep it more in focus for my next stand-up video. And we got Mackenzie Peters hitting us with the $5 Canadian. How, Nate? How are you doing? What do you think of the Series X game reveal? For me, it's just like the PlayStation 5. I was underwhelmed. Nothing bad, but nothing amazing. I think, here's the thing. I thought the PlayStation 5 game reveal last month was decent. I didn't think it was horrible. I thought it was good. I thought it was solid. It wasn't, some big, oh my gosh, I'm creaming my pants over here, but it was all right. It was all right. The Xbox one, I will say, was probably just all right too. However, I was a little bit more impressed because I had lower expectations, I suppose. Microsoft doesn't have or didn't have very many, games that were their games. You had Halo, Fable, which we haven't seen in a long time, but obviously is coming back. But we had Halo, Gears of War, Forza. That's like the trio of games you would just keep getting on repeat. Even though we got a couple, Sea of Thieves and stuff this last gen. I think that I was extremely concerned about things. And I came away a little bit more impressed than I probably should be because Microsoft showed game after game after game that I wouldn't mind playing. And a lot of them were, there's like 9, quote unquote Microsoft exclusives. And that's a lot for Microsoft. So I actually was pretty impressed because the games they showed that were Microsoft exclusives, I really like. We got Everwild from Rare. Just looks intense. Just as an example. Like, is Rare back? Like, I know it's a completely different Rare than it used to be, but dude, Sea of Thieves is really good. I know it kind of was so-so at launch, but once they updated the game, oh my god, it's been phenomenal. And now, Everwild, man. Oh, looks so good. But cheers, Mackenzie Peters. Thank you so much for your support. All right. G4 memories. Just a lot of Kevin Pereira and Adam Sessler. A little bit of Morgan Webb. God, there was a couple tech shows, too, that I can't remember the name of. Tech TV, I think, was one. Wait, no, Tech TV was the name of the channel. There was, God, I can't remember the show. Something browser. Oh, I can't remember. But I used to really like that show back in the day when I was a kid. Thinking back, like I've watched some episodes now as an adult when I know a lot more about PCs, and I'm like, okay, they kind of sound dumb sometimes. But I mean, at the time, it was nice having a tech show on TV when I was a kid. Nate, Microsoft's biggest problem is, in my honest opinion, I think is what you meant. Microsoft's biggest problem is since they are not a Japanese company and a Japanese dominant industry. Sure. I was looking forward to Fable, and all I saw was a frog eat a fairy. Hey, at least they confirmed Fable's coming. It's still, dude, Fable's not coming until 2022. 2022. Microsoft held back. Yeah, well, Microsoft did say they have more games to show off. They said, as you see here, we did not announce games from every studio we have. Microsoft made it very clear. As you see, you did not see games from every studio we have listed here. We have more to show. They're holding back because there is a pissing contest right now with Sony because no one has revealed the price of the system yet. We are 4 months away from these systems being out in the wild, and we still don't know what they're going to cost, and we still can't put down pre-orders. There is a freaking dick measuring pissing contest going on with the price of the system, and until someone goes first, everyone's holding back a little bit. Sony's going to show off more next month, by the way. So, like, Sony's going to show off more stuff next month. Microsoft needs to be prepared to answer back, and maybe Sony reveals the price first. I don't know. They're both waiting. They're waiting on each other to blow their load with the price so they can undercut. Or someone's going to announce a price so low that no one can undercut, and the consoles will just be the same price. But I think that's probably the best news for everyone. Someone announces like a $399 or a $299, God forbid, a $299 system. I mean, that's great for all consumers, but we'll see what happens. What's my game of the year so far? With what has already been released. I can only talk about what I've played, and the only game I played that came out this year is Animal Crossing. Everything else I played was 2019. So Animal Crossing defaults to my game of the year just because I haven't played anything else that actually came out this year. Not even an indie game. I have some indie game codes in my inbox, but I haven't even played an indie game or even a free-to-play game that's come out this year. So the only game I've played that's a 2020 game is Animal Crossing. Feels weird to say that. I'm in July, but there just hasn't been a lot that's interested me. There's been some PlayStation stuff that's interested me, but I don't have a PlayStation 4. So, Nate. Oh yeah, I already read that. Microsoft held back. Yep, read that. You guys got anything else you want to talk about? Or shall I dip out and get working on my next video? I got time. I got time to get a video done today. Still. I'm just leaving it up to you guys. Leaving it up to the crowd who's watching. Rather me go make a video right now or just chill with you guys for a little bit. Just checking my emails. I guess it was a For Honor free weekend. I still haven't played For Honor. Again, not a 2020 game. But there's a free weekend coming up. Maybe I should check it out. The Ooh. This is potentially big news. Hold on. Oh, that's nothing. That's just clickbait. They got me. They baited me. They baited me. Those bastards. Same here, Animal Crossing, though I need to get Origami King Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, I think I said that right. Maybe I said it wrong. I don't know. I butcher pronunciations all the time. I might as well stop apologizing for it, too. It should just be well known. I should just put it in the banner. That gamer guy that butchers pronunciations of everything. Enunciations. Is it pronunciations or enunciations? Or is it the same thing? I know I could literally Google it quick, but I'd rather not have to Google it. I don't want to Google. How do we Google? How do I Google? Dude, my hair today is like all funky. I could not make it work. Maybe I'll try to fix it before the video. Go grab a comb and see if I can make it look a little better. Because right now I think it's just kind of wild and crazy. I mean, I got some gel in it, but it's just not cooperating today. I got some older games on sale. Process, BioShock Collection, Batman, Borderlands, Game of the Year Edition, Handsome Collection for Xbox One. Nice, man. Cool. Enjoy that. All right, I think I'm gonna head. I got that other video I'm gonna make get recorded up here. Hopefully have it out here in like the next hour and a half. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys have been wonderful as always. We do have a few shout outs to do for super chats. I won't shout out myself because that's just no fun. So let's see here. Shout out to Legendary Link, who did a $5 super chat, and then Legendary Link again, who did $2 super chat. And then Mackenzie Peters with the $5 Canadian, and Joe Me Out Forever. Welcome to the Nintendo Prime family. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Hope you enjoyed the streams, enjoy the content. I got one more video coming for you guys today. I'm going to try to get another video snuck in later today, but it's going to be for tomorrow, for Saturday, because I actually work a different job on Saturdays. So I'll try to get a video done to go up in the morning, I'm hoping, on Saturday for you guys. I don't know if there'll be any other video this weekend, but we'll see. We'll see. Thank you guys for tuning in. Shiny Ray 01, Jamie Out Forever, Eric Wolf, Mackenzie Peters, Neil Agosto, anyone else who's here, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next video, stream, whatever happens next. What's up, Juan? Later, man. Yep. Got a video coming later. We'll see how well it does. Bye.